Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. Today on the show, we've got a trip down sneaker memory lane, the end game for Ye, this week's hottest releases, and of course, our Hard Pass. All right, let's start with some hot takes. Ye is teasing the impending release of the YR3022 Yeezy Gap Shades with a video that shows off celebrities I've never heard of, models I didn't know existed, and friends. Whatever, I don't care, except for one little detail. The music in that ad is a little off. Actually, it's way off. Here, I'll fix it. Much better. If you know, you know. So last year, Nike was having problems with shipping containers either being unavailable or stuck in ports and canals. This year, it looks like their problem is Don Toretto going old school and straight up jacking sneakers from their trailers in Memphis. Remember when the Fast and Furious was just about stealing DVD players? Wait, what's a DVD player? Anyway, if those containers were full of hyped sneakers, grit and grind never looked so fresh. Now I'm wondering, how come we never see trailers full of sneakers in apocalyptic settings? Like, how goofy would it be if you ran into a shipping container full of Jordans in Mad Max or The Last of Us, and the bad guys you run into nearby are dressed like a bunch of hype beasts? Now, that is what I would call immersive. Want the latest proof that while Nike will come for your ass if you try to John Geiger their Air Force Ones, but they tend to leave Bathing Ape alone? Take a look at this Bapes the collab featuring Drake's OVO brand. Nike probably could say something about it since they currently work with Drake on a number of projects, but they won't because there's something to be said about carving out a niche that Nike doesn't cover or that Nike doesn't care to cover. It's 2022 and levitating sneaker stands are so 2018. Apparently, you need to step your display game up because I guess drop front boxes just ain't doing it anymore. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty content here, but if you want to take it to the next level for reasons unexplained, LG has you covered. Our friends at Sneaker Freaker tipped us to this new device called the LG Styler shoe case that is built for the MZ generation, which is apparently short for millennials and Gen Z. I hate everything. Anyways, the shoe cases come with a rotating turntable so you can still get a 360-degree view of your sneakers and a built-in steam cleaner to keep them from smelling like your feet, which is ironic because when I look at a majority of sneaker Instagram videos, a lot of the heat on display is actually dead stock, like they don't actually wear their kicks but love to flex them. Chances are that if you want a pair of the J Balvin Air Jordan 2 collabs dropping next week, you're gonna miss out to resellers or other fans. But thankfully, Jordan Brand has you covered. Even if you missed out on the real thing, you can claim a digital version. Via Bitmoji, so you can have your Snapchat avatar Wait, is this some sort of dumb NFT scam? Co-Rider's avatar sure had me fooled. I can claim this right now on my Snapchat until the 14th? Oh, forget those sarcastic laughs. I hear gear for my avatar and my mind defaults to NFTs or those James Cameron movies. It's really not that great either way though. Anyway. So Sneaker Fan Dan took everybody on a trip last week when she brought back some goofy sneaker memes from the early to mid 2010s. Because our attention spans are so short and we never linger on anything for more than 5 seconds these days, these pictures that are mostly less than 10 years old actually feel way older than that. Like, if you had told me the Grape 5 picture with actual grapes was from 2006 and not 2013, I would believe you. Who could forget the era of dudes dressing up for prom in Grape 5 colors to match their J's? That wasn't that long ago. What about all of the shameless Bread 11 pics with different variations of bread? Oh wait, we just did that again a few years ago with the Bread 4s. And by we, I mean Jordan Brand. Look, it's like when your parents figured out Facebook and Instagram and instantly made both feel less cool. It's why you TikTok stands better watch out. The olds are coming to ruin everything you love. Speaking of olds, those of us who were in the thick of it during the era of unbridled attempts at cringe sneaker comedy frowned upon that time. We called everybody who tried to meme their way to internet fame tryhards and fake sneakerheads. But after the past several years of nonstop perfect sneaker displays and resellers posting their wall-to-wall supply of trophy room ones, I kind of want to go back to that era. Yeah, kids back then were definitely trying too hard, but there was still a level of sincerity to it, I think. Not everybody was thinking about their individual brands and how even the slightest imperfection could ruin them. I mean, take the picture of 2014 powder blue 10s next to actual baby powder. You can visualize the thought process that went into that picture, right? A guy or girl goes to buy powder blue 10s. They want to go viral, so they think, let's go to Target, remove an entire roll of baby powder to make room for my J's. The 2022 version of that would be an influencer with a Target deal, filming the entire trip from their house to the store and making a scene of them dumping baby powder on the floor as a prank for people passing by. It's several hours of work for a lousy reel that will get millions of views because I forgot to mention that influencer is a Jenner or a Kardashian or maybe even a West. Anyway, let's jump right into the heat check where we bring you everything that's dropping this week. We have the Nike Air Presto Bright Spruce Tie-Dye on the 14th for $135, the J Balvin Jordan Super Play on the 15th for $70, the J Balvin Air Jordan 2 on the same day for $300. What, $300? Sorry. We have the women's Nike Dunk Low Next Nature Phantom on the 16th for $115, the Nike Air Zoom Flight 95 White and Photo Blue on the 17th for $160, the Air Jordan 1 KO White and Black on the 17th for $150, the Air Jordan 1 High Heirloom on the 17th for $170, and the women's Nike Dunk High World Champions on the 17th for $135. And then our Yeezy of the week is the Adidas Adifoam Q. It's on the September 15th for $120 each. Stolen from the mind of Ye, this blatant knockoff was definitely not inspired by the 2001 Adidas Quake. Don't let the inner booty fool you into thinking that Adidas had anything to do with this. These are Yeezys in every way but the name. So what if the foam outer shell and booty work in tandem and need to be laced up? I wear my imaginary foam runners with socks because I'm not a monster person with ankles of steel. Plus, I can even fit my wallet, my phone, my secret stash, and my bootleg CD that has the original version of Good Life that you heard on the outro of Entourage Season 4, Episode 11. Can the Adifoam Q do that? I think not. So that's why they are nothing more than bootleg Yeezys that won our imaginary Yeezy of the Week award. And then our actual pick of the week is the women's Air Force One University Blue on the 17th for $125. North Carolina! And Rasheed Wallace fans, rejoice. This colorway brings back memories of Sheed being the lone Air Force One NBA holdout deep into the 2000s. Not to mention his alma mater. For those who like their Air Force Ones fresh, they might not lock the pre-yellowed sail midsole, which is becoming a more common feature on legendary kicks like Air Force Ones and Dunks. If you can stomach that change, you'll be rocking a true classic that hasn't been ruined by kids who think dirty Air Force Ones are perfectly normal. All right, now for a heat check on J Balvin's Air Jordan 2 and Air Jordan 2s in general. Yo, that $300 price tag is a little outrageous at first glance. And then I remember that Don C actually got away with charging $350 for his Air Jordan collab a few years ago. It's still egregious, but it's not without, let's say, precedent. Let's be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of the Air Jordan 2. I don't hate it, but I don't have any nostalgia for it. I respect the efforts through the years to make them relevant in the sneaker culture and how they have not cheapened the perception of the shoe. Okay, well, maybe stuff like the Iron Purple has kind of cheapened the perception of the twos, but we've also gotten the aforementioned Just Dawn releases, a creative off-white interpretation of the Jordan 2 Low by the late Virgil Abloh, and hitmakers Ama Maniere, Mason Chateau Rogue, and Union trying their magic on the silhouette. J Balvin's Long Tees collab is next in line, and I wouldn't be surprised if they sold out in seconds and became a Sneaker of the Year contender, or if they're just another collab in an overwhelming wave of collabs that just come and go and only command a slight premium at resale. Like the Music Superstars Air Jordan 1 collab was the talk of the sneaker world for its colorful vibe up until its late 2020 release. But now you don't really hear about them or see anybody wearing them. Sure, they're worth around 2.5 times their sneaker resale price, but Union and Off Jordan 1 sell in the thousands. There are collabs that pop for a new cycle, and then there are collabs that stand the test of time. I think the real test of where the Air Jordan 2 stands in the culture today is coming in December, when the Air Jordan 2 Chicago returns. Unlike previous retros of OG Jordan 2s, this one will reportedly be constructed with the 1986 original in mind, right down to the toe box. It will come with the iconic Wings logo packaging, the Wings hang tag, and an information booklet because, we could brush up on our sneaker history every once in a while. Shout out to Nick Ingval. If that December drop takes off and becomes a mega hit, that will signal to Jordan Brand that the 2 can no longer be considered the black sheep of the early Jordans. Personally, I just want to be able to talk about Jordans that aren't just rehashes of the Air Jordan 1 every week. So I will be rooting for the 2's success. Crow Rider wants the 2 to blow up and become the next big hit with the kids because that means there's going to be less attention paid to the J's he likes. Which ones? Well, he told me to tell you, that's none of your damn business. Anyway, let's move on to Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go. Like this slanderous story that Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen are a couple. Like, how dare you all spread lies and propaganda that there is something there? Can't two people just have a casual night out with friends and grab a bite? There's nothing there. But how funny would it be if this was the next stage of the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen feud? Like, is this some wild Logan Roy where MJ is like, now Marcus, I gave you the easiest job. I don't know why I'm giving Michael Jordan this voice, but I'm gonna go with it. Now Marcus, I gave you the easiest job in the world. Trophy room, it's in the name, son. Just show off the heat, drop a few collabs, make money, repeat. And yet, you found a way to mess that up. I could take it all away, but there's something you could do for me to get back at Scottie. I don't know why I made him sound like he's an old black man. Anyway, meanwhile, Larsa and Scottie, they're gonna concoct this wild plan to someday inherit the Charlotte Hornets and Jordan brand through Marcus. This is some Real Housewives of Potomac. Hey, I said it right this time. Ain't got on this. Anyway, all right, let's do this. We all know what Ye did on Labor Day. He went on an epic Instagram rant, wants out of his Adidas contract 1 minute, wants to be CEO the next, claims Adidas offered him $1 billion buyout, stole his designs, and released colorways without his approval. He may or may not have posted pictures of Adidas executives and board members, including legend Jackie Joyner-Kersee, with captions that, let's say, were not IG friendly, blah, blah, blah. You all know. Now, all of those posts are deleted because that will make us forget all of a sudden. And the only thing left as of this recording is a picture of himself with his kids saying something about handing down Adidas to his kids. Damn. Northwest looking at Marcus Jordan like, trophy room? Psst, boo, that's so cute. My daddy got me Adidas. Okay. So let's game this out because let's be honest, with all of this money and legalities involved, this isn't something that's going to go away anytime soon. Like fellow Chicago and CM Punk, Ye is going to go through the legal ringer for the Labor Day weekend shenanigans. And even if Adidas and Ye were to come to an agreement tomorrow that leads to his exit, the fallout from it will be felt for a very long time. Either way, Ye is going to claim victory. Not sure how binding an Instagram promise is, but if the kids don't get Adidas, that'd be disappointing for them. Let's just fire up the Sneaker Time Infinity Stone that definitely looks like a pair of Kobe 6 Grinches and look at some of the 14,065 possibilities. 1. Ye deletes the Instagram post, makes up with Adidas, and both act like nothing happened. Now, this is actually the most boring scenario, but it's also the most likely one. For all of Ye's social media bluster, thankfully he never personally acts on his most extreme post. Adidas brings back John Wexler to help hash things out with Ye, and they continue their rise to the second highest spot in the sneaker food chain. Yeezy can try, but even in the multiverse, there's not a single one where they actually jump over the jump man. Next scenario, Adidas pays Ye to leave, goes independent. So this is the least likely scenario. Smarter people than me have said for years that Ye should go independent, turn Yeezy into an actual brand that handles everything on their own. The economic windfall and the social impact could be huge, right? Now, this is the part where Ye stands will tell you, well, Yeezy already is independent of Adidas, they just handle the manufacturing. Yeah, if the revelations of the past several weeks have proven anything, is that Yeezy is far from being autonomous from Adidas or Gap or any of his other partners. In their eyes and their contracts, he's a collaborator, not a partner. And they can and have released colorways without his approval. For all the big game that Ye talks, he doesn't actually want to go independent. He feels he's above that now and that he can just walk into any established brand's boardroom, middle finger or prayer hands in the air, dictate his terms, and hand them off to his kids when the time comes. Why? Because he's motherfucking Kanye West. We, yes, that includes those of us in the content business, have placed him on this pedestal where he feels unassailable and above reproach. To him, going independent and, quote, starting over is a slap in the face. Next scenario, Ye goes back to Nike. Well, look who came back. Yeezy will never beat the swoosh, but he can team up and NWO the sneaker world. Nike will have the most ironclad, don't act up or we'll drop you faster than you can make a half-finished album contract around, because they'll take Ye's star power, but none of his drama. Ye will get his dream of working with Jordan Brand and wearing Jordans in public again. But he won't have the same liberties that the late Virgil Abloh had when he worked on his off-white Jordans. That will annoy and frustrate Ye to no end, but the hype that will come from a Yeezy Jumpman production will be the supernova event that destroys sneaker culture. Wait, I think co-writer is projecting with this one. He just wants the whole thing to end so we can just start over. And then there's Ye becomes Adidas CEO Ye. Forget Ye. Let's talk about the future. I mean, should we start asking Ye's kids what they think about James Harden's signature shoe deal? What are their plans for the Asian market? They're not going to discontinue Three Stripes tracksuits for the dystopian garbage he's selling in bins at the Gap stores at the Grove, are they? These are real questions. And then another one. What if Ye walks? He settles with Adidas and does a Steve Rogers, never to be seen again. Oh, we know he's around and he might show up every once in a while to satiate his ego, but for the most part, he's somewhere in the middle of nowhere, just in peace. Because really, beyond our collective sanity as content creators, we just want him to be happy, but also not bother us anymore. We want to talk about other shit and not be stuck in a Ye vortex every few weeks. Content be damned. Get out of here, Ye. No, really, just go and never look back. We think you've done enough. All right. That's going to do it for the show. Thank you for watching Hard Pass. I'm Jacques Slade. I'll see you next week. If you would like to possibly be featured in a future episode, call us at 818-493-9325. Leave a short message, your socials if you want, no more than 30 seconds, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.